Hello, and welcome to the D&D podcast, Drug Dungeons and Drunk Dragons. I'd like to take this second to give you all a heads up that the audio is not as good as we would like due to background noises. We are trying to find somewhere else to record, and all the problems should be cleared up soon. We hope you enjoy.
Alright guys, thank you for listening. This is what we agreed on, the Drug Dungeons and Drunk Dragons podcast. Alright, I'm your host, Daniel, also known as Danny, as my friends call me. Let's go around the table.
David here. I played the character of Blade. He is a Argonian Dragonborn who is a fighter. He is male and 6'10". He comes from the clan Bloodblades, where it was attacked by the 5 other clans of the world.
Yeah.
Daniel will get into that more.
Yeah, so, in the world, known as Helvendes, which takes place in Tamriel, it's an island that's off the coast of Tamriel, a little bit far off the coast, actually. It's the homeland of the Dwemer, if anyone remembers that. Tamriel is the place that takes place in Elder Scrolls. We basically took the Elder Scrolls universe and basically entwined the Dungeons and Dragons universe with it. There's a couple of hints of Lord of the Rings here and there and whatnot. So, do you want to go next, other Daniel?
So I'm going to go by Senor Taco.
Alright.
And my character's name is Heisenberg Jackson. I am a fighter. I am 420 years old.
He's
I know that's pretty old for an Eladrin, but I just decided that I wanted to be royal, and
he's a blue blood, so he lives longer, I suppose.
Yeah, my backstory is pretty short, and I have to tell you a basic description of how my mind works. I am a Mexican color, but I think that I'm black. I think I'm a larger build than I am, and I think that I'm 6'8", but I'm actually 5'4". I'm an escaped mental patient who thinks that he's a legendary knight.
Don't be afraid to laugh out loud, guys.
However, I become aware of who I am on drugs. I am a drug dealer, and I have a squire whose name is, you decided the name?
Alston Greywind.
Yes, Alston Greywind is my squire, but I call him Patsy Bobby Bob for no apparent reason. He's the man who was in charge of me at the insane asylum, and that's pretty much it. I'm a fighter.
So we have one player who's not with us at the current moment. We will. Well, no, he'll be here later. So I'm going to speak for him. He plays a half-elf rogue named Beldak. He's about 20 years old, or 21 years old. He's male, 5'7". And he's just, really laid back. I guess that's the best way to put him, I suppose.
I would say so. He doesn't talk. Our friend doesn't talk much, but we're trying to get him to say some more stuff.
Should I talk about the NPCs that are much more close to you guys?
Yeah, we'll talk about those NPCs.
So we have Ulog, who is part of Blade's clan, the Bloodblades. Ulog is a dwarf. He is a rogue warlock multiclass. And let's see here, he's, 49 years old. He's been around the block, a lot. This guy used to be quite the adventurer. And he traveled with Blade's father, adventuring and whatnot. and his family owns the bar that is on the back of a turtle, I believe we agreed on.
Yeah,
That swims underwater.
No, it wasn't a turtle. It was a magical group of things.
Yeah.
That, like,
Yeah, it's like it's a
bar that's on the bottom of the ocean that moves.
Yeah, it's like
animals,
it's like a small version of Rapture from BioShock, and it's more fantasy based.
Yeah.
Is pretty much what it is, and it like changes which animal it rides on quite oftenly, and it's where some of the most famous places are.
Wait, then is the tortoise still alive?
Probably, I don't know.
Yes!
So, should I wait till Chris to actually start the session, I assume?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
You're gonna say a little bit more about the world and stuff?
Should I talk about Shali, or is she not really as important?
We haven't really done anything with her.
Shali is one of those characters that is there.
What?
She was like one of the first NPCs I ran into and picked up.
Yeah, other than Ulog.
Yeah, Ulog, okay, this is the circumstances I found Ulog. He was locked up in a jail for being drunk.
Yeah, Ulog also, if you've ever played Skyrim, you will remember some of the black, like, robes, or, like, blue robes that mages wear, and they usually have hoods. That's pretty much what Ulog wears, except there's, like, padded parts, like, on the arms and the legs and whatnot. Because it's, like, a mix between wizard, warlock clothes and, like, rogue clothes, pretty much. And he carries around plenty of short swords and whatnot, and he also carries around a large barrel on his back. It's like a backpack to him, and he keeps most of his stuff in there, but it's mostly just booze. It's mostly just barrels of, or like bottles of like something, you know, the usual things.
He does get very depressed
Yeah.
if he doesn't have any alcohol. It's bad.
So what else is there that we need to talk about, guys?
You wanted to talk about the squire?
Alston Greywind. He's a gnome rogue who is technically the squire of Heisenberg Jackson, our fellow Eladrin fighter. He kind of a convict, but he's not really technically a convict. He stole an apple, and he had to do community service. And, well, he could either go shoveling horse poop, or he could... What were the other things?
He could either go work at a local farm, or he could volunteer at a local mental institution, which is very conflicting, and then also picking up trash on the side of the street, which is always an option.
Alston Greywind's, at the end it says, looking for fun and ready to mingle.
Yeah, he really only spends his time with me. We've been looking for this sword called Bobo for about 20 years.
Bobo is a purple dragon sword.
I am kind of new. These two have been coming up with all sorts of things while I was not here, or they've kept me out of it, so I have no idea what they're talking about.
These are relatively new things.
Yes. So it's my idea.
So are we starting that starting city that I blew up?
No.
Sword.
No, we're gonna wait till our other friend gets here, who plays the other Eladrin in the party.
We'll have him talk about this thing.
Yeah.
So, what else is there that we can talk about?
Slar, obviously,
Slar.
my demon dog.
Right. So Slar is a demonic, like, pug.
Pug / bulldog.
Yeah.
Bugs. Hold on.
It's based off of
My dog.
Senor Taco's dog. It's a mix between the way it acts is it's a mix between the cat from Alice in Wonderland, and I had another one that I had compared it to. Do you remember? Whatever. So it's very cat-like from the Alice in Wonderland, where it'll like fade away the rest of its body, but like keep the smile and the eyes. And
his eyes are red.
Yeah, its eyes are a very bright red, as well as he has little horns above his ears that are also bright red, and his teeth are blood red. Yes. So yeah, that's pretty much Slar. He has like this thing that he can do where he opens up his back and you can put stuff in it.
Yep, so he's like my secondary storage compartment when I want to hide stuff.
Yeah, and he also can grow small bat wings and fly around.
Also, it's important to mention that I am the only one who can communicate with him since he is a telepathic.
No, he can communicate with other people.
He
He
just
talks with other
chooses
people.
not to.
He doesn't really care. Yeah, he smiles like a really creepy, smirky grin a lot.
Yeah. So he can communicate with other people. He just chooses not to.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we have like maybe
7.
10, 12 minutes till our other friend gets here.
We might be over that though. So
A little more.
Yeah.
I'm just.
Oh yeah.
We can. Wait. What about the rest of the world? You want to talk more about that?
I
we
don't.
talk a little bit about the world,
I don't
and
know
then
much about that.
we're gonna leave a link to an image of the map.
Yeah.
And then we're also going to leave a link to Google Images, which you most likely need to use later on.
Yeah. So, if we start talking about things and you haven't played Skyrim or whatever, it's totally fine. We also make references to other podcasts such as Drunks and Dragons.
Danny does that. I don't.
Yeah, Critical Hits and Dungeons and Randomness.
And D7s. They're rolling a 7.
What?
Definitely rolling a 7.
Okay. Oh, rolling a 7. So.
Our other friend screamed quite a bit.
Yeah, he's our other Eladrin player. He's an Eladrin wizard. We'll let him talk about his character and his background when he gets here.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna talk about the world. This is the island Helvendes, or Helvendas, depends on however you want to pronounce it. So the place is technically the homeland of the Dwemer. I know many of you lore keepers are gonna argue with me about that, but whatever.
Do we have to change Dead Man's Clan from being crushed by Luar or not?
We'll change that later on.
Alright. Because he crushed quite a few things.
Yeah. So a lot of the I kind of like changed around certain words. I'll include that in the description of what certain words mean. Like, there's PJ, which means plain, whatever. So I'll include that later on. But I did kind of invent this while I was in Spanish class. So a lot of these have some Spanish accents. So this is basically the home of the Dwemer. Oh, thank you.
Yes.
He just gave me
must make it.
my Kool-Aid packet.
My Kool-Aid!
We must
my
make it.
Kool-Aid.
We have to make it.
All right.
Must make it.
We'll deal with that in a little.
Yay.
All right. So add sugar. Makes 2 quarts. Wow. Okay. So recently you guys uncovered the Dwemer city of Aquarnium.
Very recently, though.
Well, yeah, not recently. It was a couple sessions ago. But this is kind of based off of the D&D session we started a long time ago. We'll go from the beginning later on. But they found a shelter that they all ended up getting teleported to from using a portal in the Mage City in some Dwemer ruins. So the Dwemer portal teleported them to the Dwemer it's kind of like a place that people are trying to get into, and it's a Dwemer city. They killed a lot of Falmer on the way there, though. But it's a Dwemer city known as Aquarnium because it's in the ocean. And it used to be a dome made out of, what was it, Ethereum? Or something?
No, you just said it was some sort of rock that could not be broken.
It's a crystal. It's like a blue crystal.
Yeah, we managed to break it.
It's there was a quest for it in Skyrim.
Oh, you mean the shield thingamajig?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ethereum and stuff. You can
Yeah.
either get a staff, a crown, or a shield or something out of it.
I mean the shield.
Yeah, but it's essentially the hardest thing in the universe, or one of the hardest things in the universe, and it's mainly magic resistant, and it contains a lot of magic energies. So they built a dome out of the thing. So when all the Dwemer disappeared from the whole Lorcan's heart at Red Mountain and everything, these Dwemer were unaffected. However, the only thing that did not affect them was on the island there was a breakout of vampirism, and that was a very big problem with them. So vampirism became the hipster thing there, which was, jeez, freaking Sir Taco's dancing over here. But essentially, it's
Fairy tale.
yeah, fairy tale references, heart anime, lol. So it's basically a city, a very thorough, built-out city, and they actually had a port for trading around the top, but they didn't use it very oftenly because, well, it's submerged. It's a submerged city.
Argonians love this place too.
Yeah, Argonians love the place. But there was a vampire breakout there, and they had an even worse problem where undead somewhere got mixed in. So then there became undead, which is like vampire zombies.
Oh,
So
I remember fighting those things. These were really annoying. 'Cause heat wouldn't help until like the very end.
They killed one.
speaking of,
You killed one.
Yeah,
And then
it
all
came
of a
back to
sudden it
life.
came back to life and started
so
attacking.
yeah,
Okay.
there were vampire zombies riddling the tunnel between the what was it, like it's like a stronghold kind of that's on the island, and it has a tunnel that goes underneath the seafloor to the actual city, and that was riddled with the undead. But the vampires had made it into the city, and they kind of were causing constant problems. They were like a little terrorist cell almost.
Little problems.
First world problems, man, vampires.
This is a very real problem.
Yeah, my first battle was with some bandits, and yeah, they weren't hard to beat.
So we don't really call the Dwemer dwarves because this is D&D, so there's actual dwarves. We call them deep elves, but deep elves is too annoying, so we call them Dwemer. Please don't make an even cheesier abbreviation.
Deep.
Jeez. Oh. It's not like we have enough 7 references from Drunks and Dragons. So eventually, during a very large raid from the vampires that they did to take over the city,
We
you guys and some of
broke
the...
treaty.
There's a large arena that's very popular in the city, where a lot of the fighters were, and so basically most of the fighters would help the city guard in fighting the vampires, and at some point they decided, alright, well, let's raise the city above the seafloor and above the water. What would it be called again? I'm trying to remember. Sea level
Yeah.
or something? Yeah, so it's basically, it's like,
It's now an island, a floating island.
yeah, basically.
With a
So
dome on top.
they had a capitol building that was kind of like a dome almost inside of the city, and that started extending upwards into like almost a skyscraper. And then it kind of kept extending upwards, and it became almost a spike.
And it flew away.
And then it detached from the island as it was floating up into the air. Well, it was being propelled up into the air, kind of. It's on a pole, almost, so people can climb up to it and whatnot.
You didn't tell us this before. Then
Maybe-
again, we never asked or checked
Yeah,
or anything.
yeah.
We're like,
Just fucked up the city.
So then the Capitol ship the Capitol building kind of detached from it and became an airship with balloons and everything. And it has a landing bay and whatnot, so it can land. So it's spread across like the residence and where the Capitol building used to be in the jail. We'll have photos of the towns and whatnot, of the places and everything. So that's kind of what you guys experienced. You guys didn't really help that much with it all.
oh yeah.
No, not really.
Although I think
Chris
it
is
was no.
So Luar, the
Sarcasm.
other Eladrin, not the
Totally
crazy
helped.
one, the Eladrin wizard who is played by our friend Chris, he'll be here soon. Yeah, hopefully. He decided to raid an alchemy shop during the whole vampire raid, and he got a bunch of growth potions, and it's not
You're only
Viagra.
supposed to drink one.
Yeah, you're only supposed to drink one, and it makes you about the size of like a minivan almost, and gives you like the powers of the Hulk practically. And it like lasts.
He drank like 20.
Yeah, he drank about like 12, and he kept growing and growing and growing, And he ended up standing in the middle of the ocean, and he's not sure what he's supposed to do. So he started walking around onto the island, away from the Dwemer city, and then he tripped and he fell on the mountain in the middle of the island. I still have to like draw in a crater, but you guys are going back in time, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And the idea with me in the Feywild, or with the natural world in the Feywild, is they mirror each other magically, but their landscapes also mirror each other. So wherever there would be water in the natural world, there's land in the Feywild. And, if there's land in the natural world, it's water in the Feywild. So when Chris crashed onto that mountain, it made a giant, rock kind of erupt from the bottom of the lake in the Feywild. So that kind of
Killed some fishermen.
It caused a small tsunami in the Springvale, so that wasn't very good.
Just say everyone hates
So
Chris right now.
basically the dome retracted from the Dwemer city, I might point out, when they breached towards the air. So the sun killed most of the vampires. But artificers just swarmed the place. Artificers and wizards and whatnot swarmed the place
Everybody
and
wants
seeking the knowledge of the Dwemer, and because the Dwemer are still alive, basically. But they're not going to be as powerful basically,
as they used to be.
well, because now they don't have the dome shielding them from the world's magic, or from what happened to the other Dwemer. So I'll talk about the rest of the other places later. So there's, I believe, 6 clans. There's the Blood Blades. There's Red River. There's Dead Man's Clan. Singing Bows. Shadow Knife.
And that weird one.
Einhekel. And then, wasn't there one more? Or I guess that's it. Blood Blades and stuff. So they all kind of have their own. They're more like guilds, I suppose, than they are clans.
They're closer to guilds. They're too big to be clans.
Well, people grow up and are born and raised in the clans, so technically clans.
They're both.
You can join whenever you want though, but they do background checks and whatnot, and you have to know the
Never
person.
be allowed into any of them.
But a lot of them were killed when Chris was jumping around on the island. He also reached down and grabbed some of the buildings from the Dwemer
He
city.
destroyed a church.
Yeah, he stepped on a cathedral. That was great.
Let's see. He crushed
He
Anhickel,
Anhickel, yeah, he killed them.
and
Did he
he
kill the
killed Singing Bows.
Singing Bows, yeah.
Killed them.
Yeah, so those were the 2 clans that were camped out in the mountains. But they all raided the Bloodblades together
Yeah.
and killed most of them and took the rest hostage. So
Or the rest of some of them ran away.
that's kind of Blade's
Goals.
goal is to get everyone back, and they took his friends and family
Yeah.
and stuff. That was pretty
Although I'm
rough.
kind of hoping the family that they took is kind of dead.
Really?
Kinda.
Whatever.
I don't need them. I don't need them to be alive. It'll just make me better.
So there's another group out there that's part of the Bloodblade clan that might run into the characters or
Yeah.
the players and whatnot.
So let's see. The characters that we're looking for are named Scabbard, Lily Panther, reference to Fairy Tale, Axe, Death. Yep, those are the 4 characters I'm looking for.
Yeah.
And Death is a paladin.
Yeah. Yeah, a very wimpy paladin.
Yeah.
Axe is, I think he's a
ranger.
Yeah, he's a Argonian ranger, right? Or
Yeah.
He's half Dragonborn, half Argonian. Like
Yeah.
you. So, if you're wondering how that works, Dragonborn don't have tails, but they can breathe, elements and whatnot, like fire and whatnot.
Yeah.
And what else do they get?
Did they have, a heavy armor bonus or something?
They get, I think it's a bonus where,
Something.
with healing surges, I believe,
Oh, yeah, that's
from Dragonborn Heritage.
Instead
And then
of
there's also,
having 1/4, it's 1/2.
there's also the bonus to being bloodied. Yeah. Of course, you never get bloodied.
Yeah, I never.
Then there's the Argonians. They get bonuses to
You can't.
certain skills, and they also get the breathing underwater feat.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's more of a racial thing.
Yeah.
Um,
Disease resistance as well.
oh yeah, disease resistances as well. Actually, I think that's Dragonborn.
Oh, okay.
Because I know Dragonborn, because they pick off the weaker parts of their race, so they're more resistant to diseases and sometimes poisons.
Yay!
So I have to talk about the gods. Because there's the gods of the Elder Scrolls universe and then the gods of D&D. They're all part of the same family. It's just that they're different sides, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
But they all kind of get along very well together, but they don't really visit each other that much, is the idea. Do you want to talk about Bradley and the hand?
Yes, you can explain that.
So-
And I just want to say that I worship Sheogorath.
Wait.
It was great.
There was a guy named Bradley who worked at the arenas. He was one of the best arena fighters. He was human from looking at him. He was basically just very large.
He was
Like
on
I-
steroids.
Like, I think he was like, what? Was he
7 foot.
7 foot?
Yeah.
Or 8 foot? I don't remember.
He was 7.
And he was just clad entirely in iron armor. Some parts rusty, some parts slightly new. But mostly rusty parts. And he had, I believe, like a large broadsword or greatsword.
It was a two-handed sword, but he used it in one hand.
Yeah, because he was big enough for that. And then in his left hand, he always made a fist because he has this large spiked gauntlet. And it's very Daedric from the looks of it. And whenever he opened up the fist, there was a purple hole, like vortex, in the center of his hand, the left hand. And he would just point the hole at enemies and they would be sucked into the hand. So after the vampire raid, Heisenberg Jackson decided it'd be a great idea
To jump into it.
to punch Bradley and have him suck him into the hand to see what's inside. So inside, trapped there was Orcus, which was pretty intense. People are like getting out food and stuff. So sorry for the noise. Jeez, I'm hesitating. So, inside there was also tons of the undead that Bradley has sucked into his hand from the fight with the vampires and whatnot.
Well,
What else?
Heisenberg Jackson managed
Yeah,
to
so
steal.
Heisenberg Jackson stole Orcus's wand.
And I sent his army out there.
Yeah, he sent the undead army after Orcus, killed Orcus, which is pretty intense in general. Of course, our friend Chris kept making arguments about how that's impossible, and whatever. But I'm
I
just
was
like,
using an entire army to kill him.
yeah. So then he dug up some of the loot chests that were in the hand as well. What? Are you making hand motions?
Give me the loot. Give me loot.
Oh, give David the loot.
No,
Well,
I'll give you part of it.
so
Give
still
me
looking for
that
Chris's car. All right, so what was it? I don't know. Shit. So,
too. Now we're waiting for Heisenberg Jackson to give it.
all right, so holy crap. Okay, so Heisenberg Jackson commanded the undead to dig up the loot chests that Bradley had buried because inside the gauntlet is a dark, angry purple, like, realm, almost, inside his hand. And there's just one floating island made out of dirt. And it's a very small floating island. It's maybe, like, 200 yards across all ways?
Mm-hmm.
It's like in a circle almost, but it's very rough and stuff, you know? Like somebody picked it up out of the ground. And like there's chains hanging off the sides for anything that's new that gets sucked in. And like whenever that thing awakens, the chains start to pull it up to the island to get feasted upon by Orcus and his crew. And then Bradley would go in sometimes, loot everything, take his new loot and put them in large chests and bury them inside of the dirt island. So Heisenberg Jackson commanded the undead to open up the loot chest, or get out the loot chests and open them up for him. So inside he found tons of new armor and weapons and everything. But then Bradley came inside the gauntlet because he noticed somebody staking out his loot chests. And somebody also just killed Orcus.
It is important to know.
Oh, right. So Bradley So Bradley technically is the original Orcus, because Orcus made magical copies of himself so he could rule in more places and get more followers. But that kind of backfired because Sheogorath got wind of the plan and tricked him into a contract as his champion. No one knows how, but Sheogorath was able to do this. Sheogorath is also the Daedric Prince of Madness in the Elder Scrolls universe. Yes, cheese for everyone. Orcus is the unholy prince of the undead in the hellish realms of Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
So that kind of happened, and Bradley turns out to be Orcus, but where the hand or the spiked gauntlet was on Bradley when he went inside the hand was an orange.
It was an orange.
Yes, it's an orange where the hand would be. And then, can you refresh my memory on what happened? It was fine.
I guess I can say the rest. But basically, Bradley was telling me about Sheogorath, and then all of a sudden, Sheogorath appears, and without warning, he kills.
No, I didn't.
He bites.
Sorry, we're getting a fly.
He turns my hand into an orange, and then bites it off, and then all of a sudden, my hand turns into the same gauntlet. And Bradley says that I am basically him now. So, yeah, I guess we're technically one of the same.
Yeah, you're the new champion of Sheogorath.
Yes. That's what Sheogorath told me, and that I was supposed to kill people for him, and that he would actually pay me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the rest of us don't know this deal.
Mm-hmm. Bradley is also now a spectral ghost that follows him around and talks to him. Oh, hey, look, Chris is here.
Finally made it.
My name is Chris, and my character's name is Luar, and he's a level 4 shaman and wizard.
Should be level 5, whatever.
No, he didn't fight that last
I'm gonna
battle.
kill you if you guys don't stop talking during my introduction.
Please, I'm all over.
He's an Eladrin. His size is medium.
The eyebrows.
He's aged 21, male, 60. Okay, anyway, I'm not gonna go into that. He travels with these people at the table.
Can you give the background real fast?
Yeah, he's part of the
Dwemer.
he's part of the Drummer army at Beldak.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well, he's from Beldak, right?
Yeah, he's from there too. This is actually weird because he's not one of the native races.
Yeah, he's an Eladrin, so that's a little strange. So is Luar from the Feywild?
Yes.
That's cool. Alright.
You must have heard of my stories.
Oh, jeez.
Welcome to Intermission.
Alright, so everyone's characters who aren't asleep are going to wake up on the floor of a room. Anyone whose characters are still awake are going to feel a very hard, bludgeoning to the back of the head. And they're going to pass out.
All of us are awake.
Yeah, we're all at
You all pass out.
Me and Daniel can't go to sleep.
You are
meditate.
They hit automatically.
So you guys,
they hit us and we immediately sit up and meditate.
so you guys are knocked out. And you all wake up on a very nice white marble floor. Does anyone want to roll for perception on where you are?
Can I use the Firefox?
No, you guys don't have Firefox yet.
Alright, I will. Actually, wait, no. Who has the highest perception here? Let's see. I have none, so.
Let's see here.
I don't have any.
Ulog has a negative 5% perception.
Yes, negative 5%.
Wait, who has negative 5%?
Ulog did.
Beldak has a 7 for perception.
Who was that?
And Alston has a 7 for perception. By the way, Alston's there with you, and he looked very angry at Heisenberg.
It's like, I'm gonna
What
lean
did
over.
I do?
I'm gonna lean over into.
It's not like you
did-
left him in hell,
wait.
literally.
So, since he has that bond, does Bradley come with us?
No.
Yeah.
Drug dealer named
Al-
Squire.
You'll find out later.
Alston is his squire because he wears heavy armor and shit.
Wait. Is he like a Walter White?
Okay, so.
No.
He's like my Jesse.
Yeah, he'd be his Jesse. Actually, Alston was arrested and he had to do some form of community service to pay or to get out of his parole. So he either had to work at an insane asylum or he had to help or shovel horse shit.
So he decided the insane asylum sounded better.
Yeah. So he ended up becoming the squire in quotations to Heisenberg.
Hey, do I get to keep my riding dog?
Your
we
riding
gonna
dog
like-
is not with you.
Are we gonna be like the? Are we gonna?
It might be with
the-
you when you
Wait,
pop out
I
of
still
thing.
get to keep my wolf though, right?
Your wolf is summonable.
It's part of you.
You summon it.
It's part of you.
Yeah, it's part of you. It's part of your armor. Don't.
Part of my armor.
Not. I don't know if condom would count as an
25
armor.
condoms.
25 condoms.
I get 400 condoms.
Oh jeez,
They all
420.
add 1 to his armor class.
Oh
You
jeez.
just strap them all. I'm just like,
You go, can't hit her now.
yeah.
Just knock everything over then. So, is anybody gonna stand up? Because Alston is standing up.
I would like to stand
And
up.
so is Ulog,
Actually,
Shelly,
I
and
like to sit
Beldak.
down.
No, I'm just gonna be like.
Okay,
I want to stand up and then sit down.
okay.
So like,
I would
that
like
was
to
Then I want to meditate.
I would like to break the marble underneath me and place it in a block formation next to me.
No, you're not playing Minecraft. Alright, so this is a very nice, very, conference-like room, except everything in there is made out of marble, except for the nice, dark, oak wood table that's in the middle of the room. And this is one of those very long tables where somebody important sits on one end, the other important person sits on the other, and then you have all your friends and co-workers in the middle. What? He's raising his hand.
I would like to go and lay down on the table.
Okay, so he lays down on the table. Alston starts to shake you to get you off because he's angry already.
I say no.
I'm gonna walk
No,
up.
my table.
So on one side of the table, because it's facing long ways, so to you guys it looks really wide instead of long. On one side of the table, there's one chair and there's a cleric, a Deva cleric sitting there. And Deva are half god, half human people who are purple. Stop raising your hands. You can, fine, whatever, interrupt me, fuck.
Okay, me first.
I haven't got it. I ripped someone
I
on the
drink
ground.
5 enlarging potions.
No.
Yes!
No, those
Yes!
are, you do not have
Well,
any,
just hard.
you don't have
Right.
any in your inventory.
I don't have anything in my inventory?
You don't have any growth potions in your inventory. You also
He
don't
takes
have...
out his sword and tries to kill him.
I kill myself. GTA style. I take the easy way out.
Jeez. So David, what do you...
So I'm gonna get off the floor.
Okay,
I'm gonna look around
alright.
and roll for perception.
Alright, here's the dice. Alright, so let me continue describing this damn room, and hopefully you people. You roll a 2.
He sees
You are
nothing.
in a room.
Pretty.
Wait, do we
He
know?
sees no room. He only sees
All right,
black.
so.
He doesn't see anything. His eyes, he's blind.
I'm blind.
Alright, so in the room, there's chairs on one side of the long table, and on the other side of the table there's the Deva cleric. He's very obviously a cleric. He has holy symbols kind of on him. And there's a circle in the middle of the table that has most of the main deities' signs and stuff.
I'm going to notice that.
Hold on. There's 2 Eladrin rogues standing on the sides of him, both wearing their hoods up, wearing very dark black fey leather armor with short swords. And behind him there is a large, very large orc paladin who's wearing a lot of plate mail, has a large great sword on his back. No one here is paying attention except for Senor Taco.
Yeah.
Really is Senior Taco?
So the Deva's just gonna look at you guys and he goes, "Gentlemen, ladies, please take a seat."
I would like
I'm
to go.
being serious.
I would like to look at the Eladrin robes. And
Okay.
say, Mommy, Daddy. Nah, your grandma.
They look at each other and then look at you straight face. No emotions the whole time.
I'm going to
I'd
be.
like to get off the table and sit in one of the chairs.
I'm.
Okay.
Sideways.
Okay.
Sideways.
The Deva just kind of
Upside down. Your name
sighs.
is Grum.
The Deva cleric just kind of goes,
I'm going to.
"You people."
I'm going to stand up. I'm going to notice that my swords are gone and be like, where the fuck are my swords?
He's going to pound his fist on the table, and you all are going to be teleported and chained to your chairs.
I'm still sitting sideways.
I would be like,
You are sideways but chained.
I'm looking away from him.
Yeah,
I
you're
like
looking.
these chains.
I'm giving you
Oh,
silent
jeez.
treatment.
So, the Deva's going to look you all over, and then he's going to settle his eyes down on Luar. And he's going to sigh deeply, and he's going to look at him, and he goes, "Do you know how many innocents you've killed on accident by stepping on them? Also, what made you think it was a good idea to drink 12 growth potions at the same time?"
High score.
KD ratio is amazing.
Better than the Holocaust.
Oh, Jesus! The Deva kind of just continues looking at Luar, and then sighs, and then he turns and he looks at Heisenberg Jackson.
I'm still looking away from him.
Alright, and he goes, "Heisenberg, can you please look over here?"
I look steadily over at him with dilated eyes.
Thank you, Heisenberg. Alright, so, jeez. Okay, so, this Deva looks at, Heisenberg Jackson, and then Heisenberg Jackson's hand appears on the table, his left hand, the one that has the spiked gauntlet. And he's going to look at it, a Shia Gorath artifact. You don't see many of those nowadays, but then again, after his recent uprising, I suppose so. But I'm certain most of you probably don't know what's happening and why there's so many crazy things happening in your world. So, he turns and he looks at Blade, and he goes, "Do you remember that time in the market area where the lava beetles and the
that was
cats?"
not my fault. That was a demon dog.
I
just so happened to die.
I understand that. So there was a problem, and he kind of looks over back at Heisenberg Jackson and he goes, "With Shia Gorath, he saw an option, and he took it. What's essentially happening is Shia Gorath, the Daedric Prince of Madness, is trying to take over everything, right? So that's kind of a problem, because not everybody wants the insane god to take over everything, right?"
No
What,
problem with
Chris?
that.
Luar wants it, apparently.
So do I.
And so does Heisenberg Jackson.
I have no problem with it.
So we're giving you guys the options. The options is you keep everything, but you have to fight for us, under our rules and our jurisdiction. Or we can just send you back in time, and you can deal with all that. Except we have to take away some of your magic items so that we can have enough residuum to send you back. The rules, if you follow us, no stealing, no pillaging, no looting, no murdering.
Send me back.
Send us
Send
back.
me back. Wait. These are rules that are gonna make us look like celebrities that come out of Disney.
Pretty
When
much.
we finally get the freedom, we're gonna do all this crap anyway.
Well, the thing is, you don't get your freedom.
We're gonna be little
For a long
Miley
time.
Cyrus of the medieval ages.
Well, you'd be pledging your souls to us as well.
That doesn't work for me. 'Cause I
Wait,
already pledged my soul.
wait. They get to pull the plug on me if they want.
Yes.
Hell no.
Send us back. Send
So
me
All
we
right.
decided we're going back.
All right.
There is no third option.
Yes, that's
No, we're not having a butt-fucking dungeon.
That's only if you roll a 1.
So, is that all of yours final
I think we're all
decisions?
agreed with that. Are you?
Yeah, we're all going back.
Most of you might not be in the same place, and not everybody in the past will be where they were originally.
But will we know who each other were?
Yes, you all
So we
specifically
can
will
see each
remember.
other.
Yes, if you please to do so.
Okay.
Beldak's actually going to look at you guys and he's going to go, actually, I'm thinking of going my own way, and I know Shali was thinking the same thing.
That's Gagan's character?
Yeah, Gagan, that's his character, Beldak. And Shali's just kind of like,
Good. No one
yeah,
wants a good thief.
Mm-hmm.
and then Ulog's kind of like, well, I have to go man down the family shop. I'll have to see you guys later then, I guess.
Ulog!
And then Alston is like, kind of very angrily looks at Heisenberg like, I'm not fucking losing you again, you bastard. Fuck.
Wait.
I go, what are you talking about, my friend? Bobby Bob, what are you talking about? You're
My name isn't Bobby Bob, God fucking, yeah. The name of Evandra, I will stab you when they unchain me. Fuck.
But my friend, we met at the taco stand.
We did not meet at a taco stand. We met outside of your asylum. We also fucking whatever, man. Fuck.
This guy's never met me.
It's like,
No, none of you have met Alston before.
it's like
Right now, to you guys, he looks like a very angry gnome, and it appears Heisenberg Jackson knows him.
He's got the perfectly pointy hat.
And 1 foot is his hat.
Actually, Chris, he's 3'6". Well, gnomes aren't like garden gnomes. Garden gnomes are like dwarves. Yeah,
Just
they're
a little
not the
smaller
same
than a
thing.
dwarf.
Gnomes are much more thinner, and they don't really wear beards.
The stealthy dwarf. Cameron, the stealthy
Fucking
dwarf.
CJ and his stealthy dwarf, damn him. Okay, so, guys, so, you all are teleported into a room. There's chanting priests around a summoning circle that you guys are sitting in. You have most of your stuff. All of you are sitting in very meditated positions. Then very, very slowly, the floor starts to sink, and it starts to slowly become a whirlpool made out of some type of magic and rainbows.
That's
Alright, yeah. Alright,
it's so serious.
So you all look down, and the rainbow vortex is getting more insane and more insane.
it's already insane.
More and more insane. So then, turn it down slowly.
Jesus, what the heck's happening?
So then, ever slowly, you guys start to wake up
Oh, sweet.
from a deep, deep sleep. And you all find yourselves lying in grass outside of Oilsenberg. Right in between Valkeith and Oilsenberg. Oh, can I get the map from here?
Wait,
Yeah, of course.
we're in a field.
You guys are, yes, in a field.
In a place called Olsenberg.
You guys are right
It's
here.
like,
Listen.
Can you pronounce
when
the
I
name
teamed up
one
with
more
these
time?
motherfuckers-
Oilsenborg.
Hey,
It has oils in it.
when I teamed up
Yeah,
with these
it's the
bitches,
beginning of it.
But it has no oil there.
when I teamed up with these pussies, I didn't think this shit was gonna happen. Why does that map look like America?
Because I can only draw this type of fucking map. I've tried redrawing it with my eyes closed, and I always get the same fucking map.
He did. It looks like it looks like an America flipped over.
A mirrored America.
Yeah, we're Florida's on the south fucking west. Oh
Yeah.
god.
Why is there a whole bunch of
Yeah,
squiggles
this
there?
map is
Why
definitely
are
gonna be on
cubes
there.
on our map?
Those are fucking trees.
Those are trees. Those
It will
are
be a
trees.
remastered version of the map.
So you guys are just around the outside of the tree
For
line.
Bobo! Wait, I didn't even say my
So-
speech.
No, you didn't.
Aw.
No. Alright, so what do you guys do now?
I say, what the fuck just happened?
He's like,
So the people who are with you is Alston, Heisenberg, Blade, and Luar.
I'm
We're
like,
all
damn,
with each
Do
other.
we have the dice?
I have the dice in my pocket.
Can
I'm
I
going to say,
can I roll
damn,
for
we're
a
still here.
perception check?
I'm gonna move your glasses.
Wait. So
Or
nobody
can I
knows
just
what the
say
Wait,
what
wait,
I
wait.
see?
nobody knows what the hell is going on right now, though, right? Like, no. Like you're all like freaking the fuck out, right? I take my sword and I slit their necks.
What?
What? I steal all their shit.
you can't do that,
Yeah.
Chris.
I cut their penises off and enlarge mine. And create the ultimate penis.
No man, it's like a Hydra.
It is a Hydra.
You cut one off, two more come back.
Yeah. Cut one vagina off.
So what are you rolling?
Perception check.
Oh shit. Cut a
Alright,
vagina
so-
off.
Heisenberg is rolling for
8.
perception and he rolled an 8.
Alright, I roll for perception.
What do I
You have a forest behind you.
I see a forest. Can I make it where I don't really notice the forest that much?
Oh, sure.
Okay, I want to.
Wait.
I'm gonna. I'm
you-
gonna
okay.
continue with my speech, even though that I have noticed that there was background music.
Time out. When we went back in time, how far did we go back in time?
Yeah,
Like
that's-
years?
No, don't.
That's my
pause it.
question.
Did we go years back in time?
It would be like
You guys
year.
went back like what? How long was the campaign going? Like a
1
couple
year.
weeks?
1 year so far.
1 year? That doesn't sound right.
Fine. It was like half a year.
Yeah,
6
it's
months.
maybe like a couple months.
All right.
About like half a year, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Alright, my dragon eggs hatched. I got a fucking dragon, bitch.
No man, you went back in time.
But you never removed the fucking dragon egg, bitch. You should just said my gold's gone.
Actually, technically, it would never have been created, so it would have disappeared.
Yeah.
No, it wouldn't have. I would have pulled it with me. My baby.
Actually, it's made of magic, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Actually, no, it's not. It's not made of
So
magic.
both
it's
of you
a
lose
living
it.
thing.
It's a
It's
mammal,
living
so
thing.
I would still have my dragon eggs.
Yeah, you guys would have your dragon.
Yes!
You took them out.
Yes!
Hey, where's my bag of holding?
Dragon eggs have
Your bag of
hatched.
holding isn't with you, but the dragon eggs are for some reason.
Wait, no.
So I
If you
had
didn't, no.
pink
Screw this.
and
If you didn't have the bag of holding, the fucking living things were left back in time. So he doesn't have a
No,
dragon
we
eggs.
don't-
I'm
no.
overpowered.
He has-
I win.
No, he had his bag of
I
holding.
still
They
have
just
the
took
most
stuff
power.
out
Oh,
and
they
used
threw
the
it
bag
at
of
us?
holding.
Alright, so they threw dragon eggs at us. They egged us with dragon eggs.
We got egg to go back in time.
Oh jeez.
You have
But-
eggs. Move back.
But my
spaces.
character wants to take this second, and I'm gonna say, I'd like to take this moment to tell you all about our Lord and Savior Shiragorath,
Yes.
as he has shown me the errors of my ways
Preach
by
to me,
turning
brother.
my hand into an orange and then eating it.
What?
I am now cured, and I shall throw away all my drugs. Okay, maybe I might keep a little bit. Okay, I might keep all of it. Does drugs. I like tacos.
Okay. So, Alston kind of slaps the drugs out of your hands before you.
No!
I punched
he-
Alston in the face.
Alston.
I'm tired of this Alston guy.
I am
Already.
gone.
I just heard about
I
him like 40
disappear from
minutes
the
ago.
earth. My
so,
drugs were my only link to the earth.
So,
Your drugs have
So what
taken
is
away.
your character doing now then?
Meditating.
I'm crying. I'm
Just-
just crying.
All right.
Daniel's stuck there crying.
I'm just crying.
So
I will stay in one place and just cry.
So
How
Alston.
about this? We play on, and then you can catch Daniel up.
So Alston's gonna set up
And
camp
then
for
we can
him
continue.
and
Yeah.
Heisenberg Jackson.
15 minutes. That's like-
Actually, they're gonna go. Him and Heisenberg Jackson are
I know.
gonna go into town.
Okay.
And they're gonna
You
stay
guys don't even know
in.
where town is yet.
No,
Yeah.
Oils and Bergs within.
It's like we spawned.
Wait, we
We
spawned.
started right next to the town, like literally right next to it. Here.
I
Why
just
don't you
never
spawn
noticed.
us in the middle of a forest somewhere.
No.
right there.
That way it
Below
makes
the town.
sense. Okay, well then, can I spawn separately from them in like the middle of a forest so I can come out like being like a badass, like
No.
Hercules, like some fucking lion?
Roll
show me?
perception check to see if he can do
Yeah, I'm
no
rolling for
acrobatics. Acrobatics.
I'm rolling for perception. I'm rolling for aim to see where, like I'm falling out of the sky and I'm aiming where I'm gonna land. No, okay, I'm gonna roll for history.
Why would you roll for history?
Roll a
Because
history
I'm
check.
remembering where I was, and also the guy had to remember where I was. So history.
All right.
History roll.
So Sir Taco, Senor Taco has to leave
The only person who makes
to go to
Sorry.
to go to a shitty play.
So
I
history,
really don't want to go.
history, nature, and perception.
it's
Because nature determines where I was.
the only
No,
person-
nature is like, what is that normal kind of thing? Like, is a bear supposed to be doing backflips?
None of this would affect our genitals, right? Like after getting put back in time, like my penis
No.
is gonna be inverted, right?
No,
God, Chris,
no,
get it.
no, you're
My-
not circumcised.
My guy's 18-incher was actually pretty that was a pretty substantial thing there.
That's because of all the growth potions.
No, it wasn't. It was because I almost got raped in jail.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got
Fucking.
perception of my penis. It was the first time I saw my penis. I'm 21 years old.
How is it the first time you saw your own
Well, I
dick?
don't know, but it was We rolled for or no. What did we roll for? Diplomacy. What the hell did we roll for diplomacy?
You actually you were
What?
willing to intimidate
What
somebody.
Are you just reading out your
No, no,
skills?
no,
No. We rolled for diplomacy to see whether they could rape me in the ass.
Diplomacy to see if you could scare the other people off by showing the size of your dick.
No, that'd be intimidation.
Yeah, I think that's.
Yeah, you didn't roll for intimidation. I rolled for diplomacy.
You told them to roll for diplomacy.
I don't fucking remember this, people.
When I got
Does this matter?
I
No,
was
it
face
doesn't.
stepping into people's.
He
I
just
was
wants
face
to-
stepping into
So
people's
Alston, and
He wants-
Heisenberg Jackson walk away from you guys.
Oh, come on.
So what does Blade do now?
Be like, it's like, I was here like 6 months ago. Damn it. It's like,
All right.
okay, wait. I'm gonna like run inside the city. the
Okay.
town place thing.
You are now inside the city.
I'm going to go to the place where I found that chest.
There is no signs that anything was buried there.
I'm going to go to the place where I blew something up.
The wall is fine,
I'm
and so are the
going-
market stalls.
Going to see if is Slar there.
Slar is not there.
I'm gonna be like,
Slar is also not with you.
I'm gonna see if I can reach out for Slar with my telekinesis.
You hear nothing.
Like,
You lost Laura. I still have my little bitch.
I have my.
Speak up, guys. This is.
I'm gonna see if my my wolf thing's there. My dire wolf is my riding dire wolf.
Your dire wolf has been following you around this whole time.
Motherfucker!
What?
I'm the guy with the wolf.
Hey, I was the first player.
Yeah, but who cares? But see,
His is more for riding.
And
Yours
for
is more
So
for
is Slar.
attacking.
I don't know where Slar is.
Slar is not with you guys.
Slar doesn't exist, right? Anymore?
I'm going to go
I mean,
to
like-
the general good
Like,
store. I'm going to
Slar
go to
is obviously out there roaming somewhere, but he's not Slar.
You
yet.
guys don't know that.
I'm going to go
Because
to
Slar was made of pure evil magic. And
What the fuck were you messing with? I'm walking to like some dark alleys and shit
I
in
found
like
him in a general-
old York.
he found him in a general store.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I'm gonna
what
walk
kind
to
of
the general-
general store were you in?
I'm going to run into the general.
Todd's couple superstores, something like that.
Nope.
He went to
Like
Walmart.
some dildo section. Who's like, there's Slar. Let's get it.
I'm gonna walk into
Dildo
that.
section.
I'm gonna walk
He
into the
went-
store and be
he
like,
went behind
"Do you
Walmart.
have any exotic pets, like strange, creepy pets?"
There's the shopkeeper is actually standing there, and this time he has a different color of hair. He was like very black hair the last time you saw him, but now he's got really blonde hair.
I'm gonna like.
And he's like, "No, sorry, we don't sell those here. We don't sell animals."
I'm just
He's
gonna
like,
face palm it.
bullshit, I got this. Listen, buddy, I was 6 months in the future, and 6 months before that, I was fucking here and I got a dog. That's what I got.
I'm gonna face palm myself. And be like,
Are you with him in saying that?
No,
he-
I'm still in the fucking forest. I haven't got my turn yet.
What is fucking Luar doing then?
Fucking looking at my dragon and be like, hey, bitch, what's up?
Your dragon has not hatched yet.
Bullshit, if you go back in time, it counts as time. Yes, it does.
What?
No, only if you
Time.
No, because it's instant. It's not like you're slow.
But still, no, but you age though. Because you're going through time. Like, no, you see everything that's happened.
Fuck you, I'm DM.
Fuck you, I know the rules of time.
Think of TARDIS. The TARDIS, except, you don't age.
You do know that Doctor Who is like thousands of years old.
Yes.
Yeah, but he regenerated.
He instantly. He didn't have to wait over time.
Alright, you know what?
Like
you know what? Can my dragon just hatch? Can I grab some bones to make bone meal and like hatch my dragon?
No.
No, this isn't Minecraft.